What is generative AI and what is it good for anyway? Let's first take a look at this thing called generative AI and where it sits in the AI framework, because it sits in a couple of different spots. There's this whole big thing called AI, and that encompasses a lot of things, many of which have been around for decades. A subset of that is machine learning, and a subset of that is deep learning, that was just mentioned, where we get to neural networks that underpin much of modern AI. This is where we diverge a little. Within deep learning, we've got a large number of things. One of them is LDM, so latent diffusion models. Today, most image generation models, like Midjourney or DALL-E, are LDM models, so they kind of sit there. Another subset of deep learning are large language models, or LLMs, and a subset of that is where we'll find generative pre-transformers, or GPT models. And as you would guess, this is where GPT-3, GPT-4, and things like that sit in. For example, Google's Bard is also using approach. It's using an approach called Lambda, which is short for a language model for dialogue applications. That too technically sits in the GPT box, but with a different training approach. So there really is no one thing or one technology called generative AI from a technical point of view. It's just terminology used to describe a particular use case for a number of different AI models. Now, it's worth noting that the overlaps are not representative. For example, there's a lot of stuff going on in the AI space that is not machine learning, much of that, much more than the area outside the ML box there. So it's safe to say there's a lot going on.